The new film, The Butler, served up a win at the box office over the weekend. Getting that film on the silver screen is also a fascinating story. Our movie guy, Eric Childress, is here. Eric, I went to see this movie over the weekend.
What'd you think?
I thought it was terrific, but the first thing I noticed, I'm seeing producer name after producer name, production company after production company. It took a lot to get this onto the silver screen.
It seems like everyone involved putting the money together for this thing wanted to get their own credit on screen. I mean,
They nickel and dime, but they did it.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
It's an indie. It's very much an indie.
It's an indie film. I mean, it's a film, was sort of, started in 2011. Laura Ziskin was a champion of the film. She unfortunately passed away, and so the filmmakers, Lee Daniels, tried to find, other people to fund the film, and evidently he found a lot of people, and they all want a little piece of the pie, obviously.
So he did a great job, but I have to tell you, I'm going to give you a little warning when you go to see this.
Okay.
In the first couple of scenes where you see Oprah, she has such an it factor. She steals the scene like
Oprah.
crazy. But then as they start to wardrobe her and it goes a little deeper into the film, you get lost in her character.
They make her less Oprah.
She's a lot less Oprah later on. Okay.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Here's what happened at the box office over the weekend. Lee Daniels, The Butler, at #1 at $24 million. We're the Millers at $17, and then you just kind of fall into this $13 million range with Elysium Plains and, my favorite movie.
Kick-Ass 2.
Yep. All right, coming up this weekend, you think there's a couple of good films that could actually rival The Butler?
There actually is. I mean, one is a smaller release called The World's End. This is actually one of my favorite films of this, not just the summer, but of the year. These are the guys, Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg, who did Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, two very popular cult films. And this is a really, really fun, really unique film, sort of a reunion film that also deals with robots, and a really sort of unique take on alcoholism. But it is a comedy, so people should flock to this one.
So coming out this weekend, it's The Mortal Instruments, City of Bones, The World's End, and you're next?
Yeah, well, The Mortal Instruments, City of Bones, the film that Sony's sort of hoping is going to be the next Hunger Games or Twilight. Tracking doesn't suggest that it's going to be that. It's going to be more like this year's Beautiful Creatures, maybe not quite as big a bomb as that one. Your Next is a horror film that premiered at the 2011 Toronto Film Festival. Lionsgate's been sitting on it for a few years, and I think it could actually challenge Butler this weekend at the box office. Horror's had a very successful year, and I think it's going to be a race.
How are things shaping up for the summer?
It's been a very good summer. We're about to, break the record for the best summer ever, surprisingly enough, and there are a lot of films that, had a very healthy profit this year.
Name a couple.
A couple. I mean, obviously, right at the top, you have Iron Man. It was the big winner this summer. Despicable Me 2 and Fast and Furious 6, both big hits for Universal. Number 4 on the list, Monsters University, another big hit for Disney. Number 5, The Conjuring. One of my favorite films of the summer.
It was.
A very small budgeted film, but again, horror really tapped into something this year. It was a really successful film and made over $100 million in the box office. So it was a good year.
Thank you, Eric. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.